What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Absolutely Podcast, the podcast specifically designed to help women defeat diet culture and to live their dream healthy lifestyle. Today, we're going to be talking all about the holidays, specifically the Fit Girls Survival Guide to the holidays. Because if you're one of those people that thinks it's impossible to stay fit during the holidays, to have fitness goals, I used to think the exact same thing. And let me just tell you, there is a way to have the best of both worlds, to fully enjoy your holidays, to fully be present, and to also have fitness goals and to make progress in your journey. So if you are someone that struggles with that or is literally struggling right now to stay on track during the holiday season, this episode is for you, and I got you because we're going to be talking about the ins and the outs to how I was able to really have a healthy lifestyle during the holidays, but also one that is so fulfilling and there's so many fun things going on, and you shouldn't have to feel like you need to sacrifice one or the other to get where you want to go. So I think the first thing to note is that the holidays have become this thing, especially in the fitness world, that has a lot of just animosity behind it. And people are always super concerned with, oh my gosh, I'm going to be 10 pounds up by the end of the holidays. I think there's like a statistic that is marketed every year that's a stupid statistic, in my opinion, of most people are going to end the holidays gaining like 5 to 10 pounds. And you know what? That could be the truth, but that does not have to be the truth, especially for you. So if you've heard all these things of, oh my gosh, it's impossible to stay fit during the holidays, just know that that is something that has been pushed for years. And it's something that makes for a lot of anxiety in a lot of people, right? The holidays should not be a time that you are spent feeling anxious about your fitness and your nutrition. It is a time to celebrate with family. It's a time to have fun. It's a time to be present with the ones that you love. It's not a time to be worrying about how many calories you're eating or, oh, I missed a workout because it's Christmas Eve. It should be a balance. And when you are living a healthy, balanced lifestyle, the holidays should be included in that. And it should be a part of your plan to enjoy the holidays thoroughly. It should not be a time of the year that we are spent feeling guilty and feeling awful for the decisions that we make during Christmas, because we are just here to have the relationships with people, to have fun, to live life. And I promise you, enjoying a few days out of the year is not going to be the end all be all to your fitness goals. If you didn't know this, the holidays make up literally 1% of your entire year. So, why are we giving that 1% so much power in our mind when it comes to our fitness goals? Yes, if you allow those 4 days to become a spiral of all the other days in the month are just bad and you fall into that all or nothing mindset, yes, that could definitely affect your progress. And you probably could be in that statistic of gaining 5 to 10 pounds during the holidays. But if you are keeping that in mind of, hey, the holidays is 1% of my whole year, I can thoroughly enjoy those holidays, have fun, be present, be in the moment, and know that it's not something to feel guilty about or like you're going to lose progress or be behind. The issue is when you let those few days turn into that all or nothing mindset of a whole 6 weeks after Thanksgiving to New Year's, of having these bad habits and just saying, oh, well, it's the holidays, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to do whatever and I'll worry about it in the new year. That is an all or nothing mentality to have, and that's not a good mentality to have, especially if you have a long-term goal of being healthy and just living a balanced lifestyle. You don't need to have that mentality. There is a way to enjoy your days during the holidays and not let it just completely consume your life and it just be this ricochet of being super healthy, having the holidays, and then having to feel like you're behind come the new year, which is like the worst feeling ever. I vividly remember having years where I would be 1000% in this mentality. I would let Thanksgiving control me, and then I'd let Christmas control me, and then I'd just be like, oh, whatever, I'll just wait till the new year. And then you're in that cycle again, and then it just keeps repeating itself. So if we can remind yourself of, okay, the holidays is literally 1% of my year. It's 4 or 5 days if you count Thanksgiving, and it's not going to wreck all of your progress. When it comes to the holidays, obviously there's, those 4 days, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, whatever holidays you want to count. And then there's obviously like the holiday parties and the get togethers and things like that. So I'm going to kind of talk about how to navigate those events because, yes, those days will contribute to making up a little bit more of that month if you're, a social person, or if you just have things going on that you want to enjoy and you're just like not quite sure how to do that while having fitness goals. So, my number one tip for those days, because obviously, if we just kind of go ham on all of those days, is probably not going to be the most advantageous thing for our goals, especially if you are in a fat loss phase or you have fitness goals and that you want to achieve. So, my biggest tip for this is to pre plan those days. Be fully present on the holidays. Maybe don't track, don't do anything, have fun. But maybe if you have multiple days in the month that you are going to have social events, pre-plan those days a little bit. There's no harm in trying to kind of think ahead and, okay, at the end of the week, I have this holiday party, I have this going on. Maybe I'm going to front load my week with workouts, or maybe I'm going to eat more protein during the day because I know I'm probably not going to hit my protein goal come the nighttime because I'm going to be enjoying some Christmas cocktails and whatever the case may be for you. So if we can kind of think about those days and pre-plan a little bit of, okay, how can I be smart and strategic so it doesn't fall into this all or nothing mindset of, well, I have this holiday party tonight, and the rest of the day doesn't matter. That's when we fall into that cycle that we don't want to be in. So if we can plan ahead a little bit and know, okay, I do have these holiday parties on Thursday and Friday. Gonna try to front load my water, gonna try to front load my workouts, gonna try to hit my steps, and setting those non-negotiables that you are going to do no matter if you do have a social event or not really, really helps me. And it just allows me to kind of have a plan. If you fail to plan, you will plan to fail. Okay. So make sure that you are planning ahead when it comes to those days. That way you can be fully present and have fun because you had a plan of attack going in and you know you can stay on track. For like social events and parties, it kind of depends on the day for me and if I'm like in a season of tracking my food or not. But if you are currently macro tracking your food, what I would do is pre-track your day and then allow in some calories for that, party at the end of the night that you can kind of indulge and enjoy yourself and maybe have like a cookie or two or a drink or whatever. And that way you can fully be present with your friends and family and you still can be on track with your targets and, making progress towards your goals. And let's say we're a little bit off, maybe we have an extra drink or whatever. It's not the end of the world, but at least you did kind of set aside a plan and you had that intention going into the night. That is something that is really important, is like setting that intention. Like, how do you want this night to go? Every single holiday party you have, you don't need to go in and go completely ham on everything, right? Maybe go in with a plan of, hey, I'm going to enjoy one drink, I'm going to enjoy one cookie because I have these goals for myself and I want to feel good the next day. Or, hey, tonight I just want to be fully present and just have fun with my friends and family and not care. Either way is fine, but set the intention and stick to that, because when we set the intention, we are also making that promise to ourselves, and when you deliver on that promise and following that intention that you made, you are inherently increasing that trust within yourself, so you don't fall into that mindset of, oh, I can't do anything, nothing works for me, because you know that you can trust yourself when you do set that intention for the evening or for those events. So go into the event with the plan and go into the event with an intention, and I guarantee you will come out feeling a lot better because you actually stuck to that promise that you made to yourself. Another thing that can really help is to just like talk about your goals with your friends and family. I know that sometimes this can be uncomfortable of like revealing to your friends that you're like trying to lose weight or whatever, but I think this is something that can be really empowering, especially for other people that probably are in the same position for you as you. Like, you probably have a lot of friends that have fitness goals or want to have fitness goals but are nervous because they feel like none of their other friends have them, or they feel like they're the odd one out when it comes to that. So maybe talk to your friends about this. Like, let them know, hey, I have been going to the gym all the time. It makes me feel really good. Do you want to go to workout class with me next week? Or having just like kind of that open conversation of talking about the goals, because I guarantee people are more interested in it than you think. Obviously, like, my job is very front facing, and so people just know what I do and like know that I'm a fitness coach. So that conversation kind of comes up more easily and people will talk to me about fitness. But it's amazing how many people I talk to that have fitness goals that don't talk to any of their other friends about it because it's something that they just don't maybe feel comfortable with, or it's something that they feel like they need to hide, or I don't know. It's just, it's very interesting when it comes to talking about your fitness goals. So I think just vocalizing those and letting your friends know, like, this is something that's important to you that you really like. And if they're your real friends, they're going to support those goals. And if they're going to be rude and say, like, seriously, or, have the drink or whatever, live a little, then they're probably not your like true friends, because your friends are going to support you no matter what you do. And if they aren't, that's something to definitely put in the back of your head and consider. But I really like talking about it. Obviously, like I said, I am in the fitness business, so it's a little bit easier. People just talk to you about fitness stuff because it's just kind of like what I do. But it's something that if you have friends that you're maybe nervous to, like, go into a party and not drink, or maybe you're not going to enjoy all the food or whatever, know that that's something that you can talk to them about, and like they will understand if they're your friends that you have these goals, and it's not weird to go to a party and to not do all of these things that maybe everyone else is doing. Like, yes, you might feel inside like the odd one out, but I guarantee no one's going to notice. I can't even tell you how many things I've gone to and I've not drank, or I have maybe, only had one thing and no one's ever said a thing. I think it's more so like those thoughts that you put in your head of, oh, everyone's noticing this, and it's really not. Especially if you do vocalize those things to your friends and you have friends that are similar to you and have friends that do maybe have fitness goals, it's a lot easier because they understand where you are coming from as well. So that's also just a side note for like the rest of the year, not just holiday parties, but especially during the holidays. I see a lot of this just because, everyone can, you feel like you're being judged, and no one is really judging you, especially if they are your good friends. So another thing you can do the day of the holiday is to fuel your body, whether it is you're going to a holiday party or whether this is like Christmas or New Year's Eve or whatever. Fuel your body the day of. I used to be such an offender of not eating all the way up till the nighttime or till the meal that I was having. And that would just cause the like binge and restrict cycle, because by the time that meal came around, I was ravenous. And nothing is worse than going into a meal just absolutely starving and feeling like you need to eat literally everything. So, my biggest tip is to fuel your body the day of, especially with micronutrients, especially with fiber, especially with protein, because you're going to want to go into the meal somewhat satiated. Obviously, like, be hungry, that is totally fine, but don't completely deprive yourself the day of, because that is just going to lead you to feeling absolutely starving and deprived for the meal, and then cause you to overeat because your body is like, what the heck is going on? I am in a famine. I need to consume as much fuel as I can. But we can definitely prevent this by just eating normally throughout the day. So, for instance, on Thanksgiving, I had my normal breakfast, normal lunch. I even had a snack before going into Thanksgiving, and I did not overeat whatsoever. I actually was able to enjoy my plate too, because I wasn't going in just freaking starving. And it was a much more pleasant experience than in years past, where I would restrict all the way leading up, or maybe have like a couple of very small things throughout the day, and then on Thanksgiving just like going completely buck wild and then feeling awful afterwards. It's a completely polar opposite experience when you actually fuel your body the day of, and you're going to actually end up eating less because you're not depriving yourself leading up to it, and your blood sugar isn't all over the place. So please, please, please fuel your body the day of. Your body will thank you, and it'll be something that is very helpful for you. Another thing that a lot of people get like freaked out about is like not being able to work out over Christmas, or maybe you go home for the holidays and it's snowing, you can't go outside, get your steps in. You know what? Having a few days off of your normal routine and your normal workouts is not going to be the end all be all. But I think that moving your body, if you can, is a good thing to do, especially if you are in the routine with it. It helps with your digestion, especially when you're having Christmas, random foods that you normally don't. Your digestion might be a little bit wonky. At least I know mine kind of gets when I'm eating things I'm not normally eating. But move your body in order to just feel good for your mental health. just to get the blood flowing. I always kind of realize too, when I do move my body, I tend to fuel my body better. I tend to have a better mindset around just everything in general. So move your body if you can, get some good at home workouts. I know a lot of people will be traveling and not maybe having access to a gym. Use that as an opportunity to look up some good YouTube videos, to do a yoga class, to do something that maybe you don't normally do. I always love doing that when I'm on vacation or whatever. I like to do things that I don't normally do just because it is kind of fun to experiment and to do things that just are out of my routine, because I'm already out of my routine. Might as well just try something and see if it is fun to do. And I feel like just getting a little bit of movement in and a little bit of that blood flow really helps, especially when you are going to have a big meal or be consuming alcohol or whatever. Kind of getting that movement in earlier in the day, I feel like always for me makes me feel better. Another thing that I will 1000% always do is hit my water goal for the day. Even if I am having like a party or something like that, I will always drink my water. And staying hydrated is so important, not only for your digestion but also for your hunger levels as well. Staying hydrated is so key, especially obviously if you're going to be consuming alcohol during these events. It is very important to drink water. You won't get hungover as bad, and you will just feel better overall in your body. So make sure to drink water, eat leading up to the event, focus on protein. Don't try to restrict yourself. That is like the number one thing that I was super bad with when I was starting out my fitness journey. And now I make sure I am eating during the day and even afterwards. Let's say you come home and you're hungry, eat. It is not the biggest deal ever. Please, please, please fuel your body. So, I wanted to talk about too some fitness things that we can ask for Christmas. And I know that the Christmas time, it can be like, well, what should I get you? And this is actually a great opportunity to not only let your friends and family know that you have fitness goals, but also to get some free fitness stuff and to get gifted some of this as well. So, I mean, I personally love asking for fitness related things for Christmas, because sometimes like these are things you don't really want to buy on your own, or you're like, oh, like, do I really need that? But when it comes Christmas time, this is a fantastic opportunity to invest in your fitness stuff. I know Black Friday just passed, but that is a great way to say, hey, like, yeah, actually for Christmas, I really want a year-long subscription to MyFitnessPal. I know that's like a lame one, but everyone always complains about how it costs like $90 or whatever for the whole year. I personally think it's worth it, but you could ask for that for Christmas. Or let's say you want like a new cooking thing that makes your life easier. An air fryer, great Christmas present. An Oura ring, love that. Crock pot, yes, please. All of these things are great options for asking for Christmas. One of the number one things, if you have the opportunity to ask for something, is a walking pad. I literally changed the game for me, especially if you work from home. A walking pad is amazing, or even like a bike under your desk. That's also a great option. And then I'm obviously going to shamelessly plug fitness coaching. That's also a great opportunity to invest in yourself during the holiday season, because you know what? You're already spending money on other people. And you know what? You might as well ask for some fitness coaching if that's something that you want to do during the holidays as well. So that's also a great opportunity to bring up, like, yeah, actually, I've been working on these fitness goals. I would really appreciate like kind of like a fitnessy related gift. And then that's a 2-for-1 conversation that people are already asking what you want for Christmas. You might as well bring up your fitness goals with that as well. So that is pretty much my holiday survival guide. I feel like all of these tips were things that I wish I would have known at the beginning of my fitness journey. And I spent so many holidays just worrying about the holidays and worrying about being off track and not achieving my goals. And I wish I would have spent so much less time thinking about those things and focusing on these things that I talked about today in today's episode, because life is so much more than being perfect, or from going to that back and forth of being super off track to being on track and back and back and back. Not fun. And to make your guys' life a little bit easier, I am giving away our simple and delicious meal guide. And during these podcast episodes, just like a secret tip, I'm going to be giving away something every single week. So this week, I'm giving away the simple and delicious meal guide. If you guys want that, I will put the link down below. But basically, it's a bunch of meals that are actually good and something that you can eat. And I'm giving away something on every episode. And I'm giving away something on every episode of the podcast this month. So for this episode, I'm giving away our 5-day free lean and toned challenge. So like I said, it's completely free and it has workouts, recipes, lifestyle guides, nutrition guides of what you should do, especially if you feel like you need a little bit of like a reboot or reset right now during these times of the holidays and not really quite sure what to do, or just need a little bit of extra like motivation and push. I think that this would be a really fun thing for you. So I will put the link down below in the description if you want to access that, but thought I would just give away a little something fun for the month of December, because December is just the time of giving, and I want to give you all the gift of fitness, especially the gift of fitness for free. So make sure to check that out if that's something that interests you. But hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed filming it, and I hope you guys all have a healthy, happy holiday season. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this podcast if you found it helpful, and I will see you all next week.